Estás escuchando un podcast de Chris NB. Bienvenidos. Amor, emprendimiento, éxito, fama, todos los tópicos de la vida real aquí con Chris NB. Hello friends, welcome to the Chris NB podcast, and I want to personally welcome this wonderful artist, Paper Idol. How are you doing, Paper Idol?
I'm doing great. Really glad to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
I'm very excited that we're here. Nice to you with the podcast. But uh, first, for the public, who is Paper Idol?
Paper Idol is Paper Idol is the name of my sort of indie pop electronic project. And so Paper Idol takes many forms. In the studio, it's a lot of me. My name is Matan, and I do a lot of the recording and the production. And then on stage, it actually takes the form of a live electronic duo with Adam Rochelle. And so the two of us, we work on music together. We also play live together. But Paper Idol is also a solo project in other ways. So it's kind of an interesting combination.
Wow, interesting. Paper Idol. First, where are you from? Because the public I know, do you know you, or for me, you first artist from USA in my podcast? Because another artist is UK, Norway. He never had the user. You are my first artist invited for my podcast. It's so very happy for me. I don't know. It's very cool. I see your bueno, Instagram. I listen to your music. I see your videos in YouTube. Oh my God, this is man, it's fantastic. This is artist. It's very cool. It's interesting. So, okay, Paper Idol is very cool, and artist is, oh no, the public. You have the talent for edit. You pause. I know. Oh my God, you composition the colors. I love it. Of the profile you. So, what skills you have to learn that will help you in your singing career? What reveals the skills, experience, earning potential?
Just give me a sec. I'm going to pull up the link that you sent me just so I can read twice the questions. Is that all right?
Okay. The question?
Yeah, I'll pull up this. Let's see what we got.
Okay, Paper.
Let me see.
What skills have you learned that will help you in your singing career? Okay, reveals, skills, experiences, earning potential. What did you see?
Oh, what skills have I learned? So, so some of the skills, the main skill I would say is making music. Music production. Being able to create music on my own is really a pleasure. There's definitely a large group of artists who primarily sing and then work with outside producers to make their music. And I think that can be an amazing, beautiful relationship. But in my case, I really do love making production and singing part of the same process. So I don't create a song and then do a separate day to record vocals, right? Or I don't really even write songs and then go in to produce them. Both things are happening at the same time. So I'm creating music and then I'm singing and then creating. It's part of this dynamic that I can do on my own and with friends of mine. But I really do love being in control of the production process. So that's been a huge part of my singing career, I would say, is producing myself.
What is your motivation for write a song and compete the song? What is your motivation, inspiration?
So I would say that writing music has always been this really incredible sort of escape for me in a way. And I remember from a young age, whenever I was feeling feeling sad or going through a hard time, music was always this thing that I could go to. I started on guitar, so I could go and play guitar, and it would make me feel better. And I realized that really powerful, the powerful therapy of music early on. And so, to me, music is a way of taking whatever you're going on, what's going on in your life, and creating something totally wild and different and related to that, but also sort of beautiful and artistic at the same time. And so I'd say I take inspiration from, yeah, just people, relationships, my own emotions, and I like to turn those into sort of uh, half fictional, half real stories that end up in my songs.
So cool, Paper. Okay, in this moment, what kind of the singer would you classify yourself as? In this moment, you reveal flexibility to learn new genres, styles. What is your genre in this moment? Because you genres is a mix, the pop, R&B. What is your genre?
So our genre, the genre of Paper Idol is delusional pop. That's that's the genre. So delusional pop is it's a combination of indie pop, indie rock, electronic music, all sort of combined into one. And we call it delusional pop because the songs, um, the songs all have an element of fantasy to it, right? Um, of creating a kind of fantastical universe in Paper Idol that is not totally real. And so the delusional aspect is just being able to dive into the song and enter this strange world that's not 100% tied to reality. Um, so delusional pop is the genre.
It's cool because your audience, in example, on Spotify, wow, your listeners is very very big. Congratulations, your song and 1 billion reproduction. Example, Clouds. It's a great song. My favorite video is James Bond. It's very good. It's inspired. Thank you, Pepper, because I need this moment. The people, I need another type of sounds and new genres, the combination. This is your job in this moment. How you public new music, refresh the fun, the family, the moment. I don't know. It's very cool. You listen to your the music. Really, really.
I,
Congratulations.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for listening and watching.
Example, what has been the best performance
Can you hear me?
of you? What has been the best performance of your career so far in this moment? Because I don't. I think you start.
Looks like we got cut off. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. You listen to me, Majan? You are freezing the magic.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. I listen. In this moment, you
Yep.
phrase the image. Okay. You listen to me.
Say that again. Yes. Say that
Oh,
again.
yes. Don't worry. This is record
Uh,
in the edit podcast. No, no worry. Okay. Can you repeat? Bueno, I repeat the question. Continues. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So it's fantastic. Example. What has been your the best performance of your career so far? Because I think you start before a years ago. No, in this moment, what is your best memory? Can you do the music? Because oh, Chris, I remember very very love this is memory because at I very inspiration motivation. What is your memory favorite in the industrial music? I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. My favorite performance. I have a lot of them, but the one that sticks out in my mind most recently was we did a tour along the West Coast, and this was in, let's see, around March of 2020. So this was right before the pandemic, and we had a whole tour plan to go along the West Coast, and we set off on the tour, and it all really worked out in the end. Um, as soon as we got to Seattle, that's when the first coronavirus news was coming out, but we managed to hit up Portland, Seattle, and a couple other places along the way. And the shows, because coronavirus was just starting, the shows were not as they weren't as crazy as we were expecting, right? And so at first we were a little upset because people were not going out as much, and um, so we were hoping for a bigger turnout. And then our final show of the tour was in Reno, and in Reno there's this bar called the Loving Cup is the name of the bar, and this bar is it's just like a regular bar, but they have shows at night, and then after the shows they like throw a party and they have a DJ and everything. And so we didn't know what to expect. It was a bar in Reno on I think it was maybe a Friday or Saturday night, but we weren't sure with all the news that was coming out if people were going to show up. And so we got there and set up to play, and by the time we were on stage, it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the entire bar was completely packed. And it was just such a great moment, a great way to end the tour with just this super packed bar. Everyone was just having a great time and drunk and totally loved the sound. So that was a really amazing show. One more highlight I would say is I sang a song with Young Bae, who I collaborated on one of his album tracks a couple of years ago. He invited me on stage at the Fonda Theater in Los Angeles to sing the song that we wrote together, and totally sold out theater. Like, it was one of those really amazing experiences of just getting on stage and looking out into the abyss. And yeah, that was an amazing performance as well. Super fun.
Sounds good. In this moment, Paper Idol, what did you wanted for the music in the future? Because I don't know, many artists, think, oh, I wanna musician because I wanna be famous, I wanna reconnaissance. What did you want in the music? Because I think because you have the purpose because they make music. What is your purpose?
Say that again. It cut out at the end. One more time. You said I have the purpose.
For the music, what is your purpose in music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. And I think that's a really tough one for a lot of people making music. There's so many different reasons you can make music, right? You can make it for yourself. You can make it to be rich, to be famous, like you said. In my case, what I'm learning is that the purpose for this project and for my music is for me to just get better at being an artist. That's what I really want. And that's sort of become my my guiding light in this process, is like not what can I get this year, what can I get next year, how many followers, how many spins and things like that. I've really started thinking about it in terms of how can I just become better for the next one, and just be a better artist. And when I say artist, I mean in every facet, right? I mean the music and the way that I communicate with my fans and the way that I perform, every part of the picture. I just want to get better and better and better every time. And to me, it's like it's a good way of thinking about it, because if you just keep doing that, then I'm excited to see where I'm going to be in 50 years, right? Because if I do that for 50 years, then hopefully I'll be a really, really great artist. And I think that's what I'm striving for is like, I'm at a certain place. How do I become really great one step at a time, getting everything, better and better, if that makes sense.
So, okay, in this moment, what did you propose the music? Because it's very cool, but in this moment, what is easy or difficult start in the music in USA? Because another country is very example difficult because the people I need the many followers, likes. I don't know. What is you the process for the and money and production for the music is very easy or difficult in USA?
So your question is, how easy is it to get involved in music in the United States?
Yes.
Um, so w- it's interesting. I think getting involved in the music industry is easy in a lot of ways, just because there's certain hubs in the country with a lot of music happening. Um, if you're somewhere that is not one of those places, like Los Angeles or New York, or even Austin or Nashville, um, then it is a bit harder. You have to really leverage the internet. You have to be really good at getting yourself out there on the internet and getting a local fan base. But if you live in especially in my opinion Los Angeles, where I am, um, then you just if you're a good enough person and if you're willing to meet people and and make music and things like that, it's kind of easy because everybody is doing it. That's what everyone's doing here. And people really do want to collaborate and help each other. I haven't found it to be a super competitive uh, industry in Los Angeles in a lot of ways. It's competitive, but it's also very supportive and very collaborative. And so, if you live in the United States and you really want to do music, I would recommend moving to one of those cities and and creating a community there. And yeah, that makes it easier.
Yes, because I imagine all people I dream they get the famous in Hollywood industry because in USA is mm, the best country for the win the music. I don't know, is this the reference more important in the world? So I really, in this moment, I'm from Mexico. In this moment, the music Latin is very strong in our own world because reggaeton is is the music very popular in America in Latin America. Are you like the music Latin?
I do actually. So I grew up actually playing a lot of Latin music. My father plays all sorts of styles of music. He's a really fantastic musician. He plays many different instruments from many different cultures. So he taught me music from Latin America, from China, from the Middle East, from Africa. I was learning a lot of different styles of music growing up, and definitely a lot of Latin American music um, from my father that he was really into. Cuban music, yeah, a lot of different things.
In this moment, I want one question. You, Paper Idol, are you try sing in Spanish, combine English in our moment?
I I wish, and I have a lot of Spanish speaking family, but I don't speak Spanish myself, unfortunately, and I'm still in the process of learning very slowly. Um, so for now, I cannot sing Spanish in one of my songs
Don't
yet.
nothing Spanish. Don't speak don't Spanish.
Uh, un piquito.
Ah, se escucha bien.
That's pretty much all I know. No hablo español.
Pero
Um,
bueno, imagino que si lo puedes entender un poquito. You understand a little.
Yes, but very, very little. I just memorized a couple of phrases just to get by, um, and so I don't know very much Spanish yet, but I'm working on it.
Your accent in Spanish, because I hear there for you, it's very, very cool. Yes? Your pronunciation in Spanish is very cool. Because the sound de piquito,
Yeah.
it's just very cool. Yeah. You have potential because I don't know. In this moment, combination English and Spanish is very cool. Even I don't know because in the future, Piper Idol in Spanish is very cool songs. The people, new people fans. I don't know. In this moment, uh, you have the dream. I don't know because, Chris, I don't know one singer in Spanish. I want singer in French, Italian. I don't know because your decision. Because the most important music is uh, the language. Yes, because el beat, the old song is very, very cool, important because I listen to the song in Italian and French. I don't know French or Italian because I like this song. In this moment, the connected music, this is wow. The music is universal because I don't understand all the languages because feeling the music. In this moment, you in this process, why I want I know English because I know super expert speak English. Do you understand? Yeah, okay, because I don't know the best speak English because I try because it's very important. The this before when I want to one day dije, I need to learn speak English because in this moment is very cool because before I terrible speak English nothing ni siquiera decir hello nada. Entonces yo imagine el esfuerzo the try all in this moment in this podcast because I want mm, I want see the people or sound the people because the people can barreras, pueden superar las barreras de que podemos hacer cosas increíbles. Ya, no sé, o sea, ya combiné aquí el español because te pregunto, Pepper, eh, what is the essential qualities that make a good musician? Because not only talent. Okay, you do you know what your talent? Uh, not the big brown. What is qualities the musician that you have the music?
Qualities of a good musician, you said, right?
Yes.
I would say being open is a really big one. And so what I mean by that is that not being comfortable ever with what you know and always listening for new ideas and keeping your ears open uh, for new concepts, and that goes for music and just in general. So um, in the music realm, not um, it's about not rejecting anything, not rejecting any genres or artists or anything. Anytime I'm listening, even if it's a song that I don't like very much, I'm learning from the song. I'm thinking about how they mixed it and what instruments are being used and what other songs it sounds like and, who produced it. And there's so many questions you can ask, even if you don't enjoy something. And so I do find myself really listening intently to music now and really thinking about it a lot and analyzing it. And it hasn't taken away the enjoyment for me. I really do love listening to music, but it adds a new layer of constantly learning, constantly expanding your palette and learning new things. And then in another realm, just being open to people and open to opportunities. Sometimes things rarely happen exactly how you expect them, right? So you have to kind of navigate, right? And oh, this is not what I expected, but maybe I'll try it, right? And then you end up somewhere else, and then you kind of move through your career, and crazy things happen. So, yeah, I guess openness is one of the most important qualities.
Uh, One question: you have another hobby or profession after the music, or only musician? You, what are you doing?
So I I went to school for neuroscience. I was studying I was studying psychology and neuroscience.
Really?
And
Wow,
yeah,
it's
so
fantastic.
yeah. And I was doing music with neuroscience. That was what I was studying, is the effect of music on the brain and things like that. So um, all sorts of really interesting experiments I was doing in college with recording people's brainwaves and turning the brainwaves into sound. That was one of the projects I was working on, which is fascinating. And so I was really a science person for a lot of my life, and I was thinking about going to med school for a long time, and I worked in medical technology for a little while. So I still have that, but I'm not really doing any of. I'm just doing music right now. But I still am very fascinated by the mind and by consciousness and dreams and all those things. And I think that does end up somehow in my music, you know.
Wow, this is very surprise for me. Psychology, it's very cool. Yeah, okay, this is a singer because I don't know. Uh, I think I wanna sing engineer. I don't know, or medical doctor. I don't know because this is a question. So, our paper reader, if you could change anything about the industry to music, what would to be changed? Because in this moment, okay, Chris, the industry of music is this is because I changed this. Why?
What would I change about the music industry? That's what you're saying? I I would say just balancing the power and the profits further towards the people who are making the music. And it's almost cliche, and it's something that's discussed a lot, obviously. And this is not new. I mean, this is for since music started being commercialized, there's been a battle between the suits and the artists, and in who gets the money and who gets to make decisions. These are really important things. And the problem is that when if you're a company that is in control of and has the money and the assets and the uh, and the infrastructure to put out the music, that gives you a lot of power. It gives you a lot of power to decide how much artists are getting paid, and um, you know who gets to make these decisions with releases, and and what resources artists are going to get. Things as simple as that. I mean, it's it's uh it's definitely lopsided, and I'm not even it, to me, I've never been like angry about it, because it's very natural in a way. I mean, we live in the States, we live in a capitalist society, and that's usually how things go down. Um, but I think there's been more of a conversation surrounding this issue, and I think we're going in a good direction. I mean, streaming has its issues, but it's better than piracy, which is that was the um, that was the way people got their music before streaming and after CDs. And so, at least money is coming in the music industry. Now it's a question of where is that money going to go once it's in there. Who's going to get what. And there's a big debate about that right now. And yeah, I think making sure that creators are paid fairly. That's that's the biggest thing that I would change.
Do you believe that? one singer need very much money because make a music? Oh no.
Say that again.
Do okay. Do you think one a singer need very much money because make music or not need much money? Is the cost?
You're saying like, is it expensive to be an artist? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it really is. I mean, and especially if you're living in a place like Los Angeles, the one downside is that it's a very expensive city, and so a lot of people, move to Los Angeles to make music, and um, are faced with the reality, like I was, that it's extremely expensive, and you're going to spend a lot of money just living here. This doesn't include the cost of creating the music and of putting it out, which is really expensive. And even if you're lucky enough to have a record label, it still might not cover the cost of everything, and it's still in advance, right? That is not actually them paying for it. It's still you. You have to pay it back later, right? And so it's an extremely expensive, uh, career in a way, right? And so yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So in this moment, what advice would you have someone waiting for love in your footsteps? What is your best advice you you get you? I don't know. What is your very advice you have received in another life?
Um, in Let me just 1 second. For someone who wanted to follow in my footsteps, what advice would I give them? Um, my biggest piece of advice is to um, really figure out why you are doing what you're doing first, and and to really know in your heart the reason that you are making music, and also what you want your music to represent. And so I don't just mean, make sure you're doing music for the right reasons and not for the money and things like that. What I mean is you have a project, you have a platform that you want to create, right? What is that platform going to be like? What is it going to give to people? What is it representing? Is it going to be dark? Is it going to be happy? Is it going to have a political message, right? And these are things that I've sort of stumbled on over time, and I'm still growing in that regard. But the earlier you can do that, the better off you're going to be. And I have a lot of people ask me for advice about, you know, starting an artist project, and they say something like, "Oh man, I love making music. I want to be an artist, but I don't want to think about the marketing and the brand of it, right? Because it's kind of a dirty word in as an artist." And I always highly encourage them to figure that out first, because what I say is that you might not want to deal with it, and maybe you can get away with not having a brand for a while, but at some point it's just going to it's going to come around, and you're going to have to create a brand surrounding your music that is not just the music. And so my biggest piece of advice is, even if you are an excellent musician and you have the songs, if you want to be an artist, you have to build all the other pieces too. You can't just have the music. You have to build the the image and the voice and the meaning and all these extra things around the music. They're worth figuring out sooner rather than later.
I think you can try participate in reality shows. The singers in, I don't know, The Voice, The X Factor. I don't know. You can think try participate or no? You make up.
I never, I never considered that doing that. I think it would be fun. I just you know I would say that I'm sort of artist first then singer. I'm not really a singer first. So So the idea of going on a singing show is kind of funny to me, although it sounds like fun. I think that would be a good time. Maybe I'll think about it. I'll tell my manager.
Yes, o sea, en ese momento I imagine, okay, is Paper Idol. He's trying the voice. I don't know. This is very cool. Um, maybe I don't know because
Maybe.
I have invited from Europe. Here, example, another episode of the podcast. I have a singer. He tried in the the X Factor Britain. It's very cool.
Mm,
It's very cool. So it's amazing because I have to question you because you have the most talent. Yeah, I don't know because in this moment, Piper either in the voice, wow, it's very fantastic.
yeah.
I don't know, but so you have to mood for making music. I don't know. I respect this decision because it's normal. In this moment, I like GTA Piper Idol in the voice. I don't know. I like GTA. No, aren't you? No, I don't know. Like GTA, but because
I'll keep it in mind.
yes, okay. In this moment, bueno, I like you. I enjoy speak with you. It's very is you are amazing person. In this moment, you have a big fan, the paper idol, Chris. In this moment, tell me, can what is the process the next months or days, but because listen new music for you? Are you prepare new music or a new video clip? What is your plans for the music this year? Because
Yeah. Yeah. So we have the EP Mania Days is coming out on June 25th. So this is my second EP, and it's yeah, brand new EP coming out June 25th of this month. Really excited. It's got some songs that people have heard. It's got some music that people haven't heard. So I'm excited for the new stuff that's going to be on it. And right now we are preparing. We have a music video coming out this month as well, for Seen This All Before, which is exciting. And we are preparing to do some live shows and working on the next project. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going. I mean, after this EP, we're on to the next, the next collection of music, which is what I'm working on right now. Some really great collaborations also that I'm working on, producing some other artists and doing collaborations. It's been really fun.
wow, collaboration is so fantastic. Okay,
Hmm.
I wait the new music. Please never stop making the music. You have the very a good talent. I thank you for your time, for you believe me. In this moment, I so happy, very happy because I think, oh, I never have debated the user. I don't know because it's a very in the moment dije, no, the person uses some very difficult accesibles. Dije, no sé, no sé si I don't know. You I said I try. Thank you so much for stay here with me. It's very special because you my first invited the from USA. It's very cool. So I happy. O sea, so in this moment, pues I say to the sea goodbye for the audience because they just following in your social media, Facebook, Instagram. How do you want or search in the phone? No, usuario para que te puedan encontrar the people you search and follow in your um, Instagram and streaming page from Spotify, Apple, or Deezer, and I don't know.
Did you do you want me to send that to you? Is that what you said?
How tell me actually what did you search?
Oh, where people can find me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm on Instagram. It's Paper Idol, ITS. Paper Idol, one word. And so definitely find me on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. We put out a lot of fun videos and things like that. We recently started a Discord server as well. If you're into Discord, there's a Paper Idol Discord, and all of that can be found from my Instagram page. We also have a website. It's paperidol.com. So all over the internet.
Well, so congratulations because your music in Spotify is very, very increment sounds. Wow, 1 billion, o sea, 1 billion, o sea, this is fantastic. Wow, wow,
I don't know about 1 billion, maybe 1 million.
clouds.
1 billion?
Okay, in this moment, um, okay, and you do you like this they say goodbye allergens because my, the listeners or see a podcast, I don't know. You say goodbye the audience, please.
Yes. Thank you all so much for listening. It was really a pleasure being on the podcast. Great questions, and yeah, it was an honor. Really nice to meet you.
The honor is mine, really. Because meet person, big talent with you. Oh my God, it's very very cool. Okay, okay, friends, this is the podcast de Chris NB. Y remember, de aquí todo el mundo brilla, no hay tal crisis. Y ya saben que este podcast va a estar subtitulado en español para que toda nuestra audiencia sepa quién es Paper Idol. Así que, Paper, goodbye. I send a hug y I will see you soon, please.
Same to you. Adios. Thank you so much.
Adios. You say more Spanish.
That's